wider. Will this charge catch the castle? I'm not entirely sure. It looked like it did pop it off potentially. At least we'll make a creation and a rotation there as Miracle's going to be able to find Tyrant. Uses gets picked up as well. Suddenly sell up to Neo and Nello, the two backliners on the side of MNM. Not the dynamic fragging trio. But can they clutch it out? They're known to do so. That is literally the point of them being in that backline. They have that clutch ability whenever it's most necessary. And currently you find themselves on opposite sides of the map, one inside of Archives, the other one inside of the office, looking to support each other in the best way they can.
45 seconds though, and now with the bite back from FURIA, they have their chance to get some of these angles and try and isolate potentially one of the two remaining players. Nello, a little bit further afield, he's got himself drifted right underneath the hatch, waiting for anyone that might try and go for a drop onto that server side, but they're not going to risk it. They know that they have a little bit of time, and they're going to make sure that they have that clarity on where the players are. One is in that room. They know that they can take the drop, the pop round. They have the awareness that the shower is clear. Nello's going to move back over the side. First is Neo's. He swings through. Can't get the second. It's a 2 versus nobody. As you've got a minute. And we said we wanted to see what they would do before, and now we're going to have to see what they can do further. They find themselves battling an even trickier position than the last time. Solotov, he's able to pop up, find the head of Rare. The grenade is very well played, removes Nello from the board, the last player of the previous one. Iana's going to see if they can find one more. Almost does. Users pretty much dead, but pretty much isn't dead.
Still a gun that's firing, and that is still a gun that can go for these headshots to lock out. And the last man standing on FURIA here. Picked up those 2 kills. Unfortunately, the drone didn't spot out the player that was already looking towards the entry that was eyed upon by one of the FURIA members. This could have been a really close one. Some free fires coming through from either side. No connection found by Handy, who's looking to fire back right on through. Somehow survives 2 of these guns. He's being chased down as the time runs out. Finds yet another kill, but not the second one afterward.
Oh, here we go. There's a bit of a stun once again. There's a bit more of a reveal on the player that's pulled himself slightly further back. Solotov's ankles suffer, but enough that he can still try and run the rest of the race. A minute 20. And they're still buying themselves survival. That's the kind of important part here, because this time, last time round, we've seen, obviously, FURIA take a couple of bodies, take that advantage, and then put the pressure on the site. Miracle just gets the head of Solotov on the swing round. Tyrant responds, and there's STK. 3 different engagements, 6 different players, but finally there's a bit of a crossover as Fantasy finds the wrong end of users there, and wrong for an MNM player. Tyrant, he's waiting for a little bit more of a drift into him, but he does not see Fantasy, who gets that swing down onto the main long corridor itself. SDK, the last one is his.
Actually saw the feet of the Mozzie of users there, but unable to actually put some bullets towards him. But they know he's around there now, and that means that they will have to put some pressure down these metal staircases, looking to see if they can cut him off somewhere. Now, STK opening up below on the actual main site is going to be making sure that the plant is going to be on the cards, but they do need to find an extra opening on the side of FURIA.
That's it. At this point, with the 4 versus 4, FURIA have gotten that vertical control, and they're making sure that they reinforce any chance of a rotation. The buck is causing so many problems. But so's Miracle inside the site. Dug his way around right onto the server door. There's a second. There's a bite back from users, but still, they've got to try and retake territory that's been opened up. Tyrant might be that loose thread. I said they were watching around on the far side. Now as the flashes come round, Rare with the kit is going to go for the hop in. Users goes for the rotate round on the back. Tyrant, he's to your left. Doesn't quite get the right moment, was sprinting, and so was the Knackers to have a little bit more success with how pliable and pliant this map can be.
Now, FURIA is already doing better than they normally do on border, at least within their LATAM counterparts. So they already have that going for them. But what's more worrying is if you look at the side of MNM, they banned this map 5 out of 9 times in E1 and got banned against them 4 times. They literally haven't played it. And it's like they banned it a lot of the times, more than half the time. Someone, again, in Workshop has no clue.
They're planting.
They're planting in the meantime.
Red's putting the kit down in the meantime. Tugged around on the door, and they don't have the C4 in position. Nello's going to go for it, but it's a little bit too late there. Popped off and doesn't get the player. A post plant. They were just tucked around, caught sleeping, and at this point, they're watching for the jump out. They get one, there's the second, both of them. And it's a Fantasy. Second time we've seen MNM do a double this time, and neither of them find success. Well, at this, you're thinking 30 seconds. You're thinking 3 players still remaining, trying to find their way through to what is a very tricky place. There's a shield right on the door. Rare is holding on. They're going to drop the shield, play the game. Miracle's there as well. They've got to try and get the swing round. Miracle puts down the alibi. They go for the spray. There it is. And there is just Tyrant with no time to get it. FURIA 4-1.
And that's going to end with, oh, actually still gets the kill to Rep. Doesn't matter in the end. FURIA really quick there. Just sends in.
By Prisma, still causing some attention. It's just something that is an irritant. And it's something that MNM are happy to leave there. So many keeper barriers stacked up into this firing range down towards the east stairs.
It's been quite a bit of a fortress out there inside of CCTV. You don't think you're going to be taken that easily unless you just go for the LMG fire. Get 1 kill. Suddenly there's only a player that is now falling back. Gets another. Miracle turns it around here for the side of FURIA. Now it's a 3-on-2 situation. Both these players in and around the site. One in the fountain uses is on that bit of a semi-roam, semi-hide, but he's the last man standing now. FURIA are really turning this around. He needs to head back towards the side, but he's already being circled around as Andy gets that first.
Will be fuming.
Exactly. So we have the Monty, we have the Glass, we have the Line.
We do.
Are we going to see a similar kind of push compared to what FURIA did? Just smokes out, go in for the plant, have the Glass cover over shoulder.
Do you know who I love on this one? Ascends on AC window, but Fantasy almost suffers first of all. There is now the players stacked up. Some attention will be brought towards the far side. Hey, look, it's a clash. All the way currently on east stairs. The Monty's going for the slow creep. Pops it. There's the E1D to buy themselves. There's the smoke cover. And there's a Monty going actually deep all the way into the opposite corner, hoping to move away from the C4. There it is. It hits the wrong part. Monty's going to be able to pull off this plant because he dug deep. And now he's just going to put that shield down and sort of say, hey, here's a wonderful place to play. Sandwich window, swing away. Doesn't quite get it though. Miracle is able to lock it in. The Glass on the far side is just holding on. There's a clash. That might cause a bit of a problem here. They're now going to see if they can just hold on. Tyrant gets the 1 kill over the far side. They're just going to keep putting a little bit of a zap. Nello gets caught out. Miracle's going for the defuse.
No way that they do this.
Out. They're holding it on. Rare has all the cover. FURIA has themselves.
Lead the group here today because FURIA is still having to play Astralis.
I think that's it. Obviously, you've still got big challenges ahead. You've still got big teams, and Astralis are wanting MNM to drop points in this. They're wanting to try and find themselves suddenly looking at not an easier fight, but a more competitive lean in onto this aggression, and they need that team that's suffered today to suffer a little bit more so they don't find themselves at the bottom of the board, and then they want to beat FURIA because then suddenly they're in a neck-and-neck race for second rather than what could otherwise be a bit more of a takeaway. Sprays through, but not quite the catch onto the player. Fantasy pulls himself to a little bit more safety and then dips round to the side of 90, looks down long and keeping himself active on his defense.
It's so funny, this CCTV hold is basically as old as when Border actually started to come through. It's just being enhanced a little bit as FURIA just executes MNM right here, finds 3 kills in quick succession. It's only up to Solitov, and he gets taken out. A flawless half to come through just to end it all. MNM will be ending the day with 0 points as FURIA on the defense just decide enough is enough. It is time to prepare for the next game. Have a good night rest, MNM.
I said this